DJ Immortal, live in the mix.
Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with none other than up-and-coming rising star, Mac Reese. How you doing?
I'm alright, Brody. I'm alright.
So I have to ask you, man, what made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
I think more shit talking than anything. You know what I mean? Trying to tell the story of what I went through growing up.
That's what's up, man. Well, you know what? It's real stories that really get told, man. So the fact that you actually had the opportunity to like use music to tell your story, man, not a lot of people get that opportunity.
Yeah, man. That's one of the main reasons. Like, if you go to the song "True Story" Part 1 and 2, it like literally gives you a summarized version of my life in literally 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So I think that was one of the biggest things.
And you are also currently with Black Under God Records. How did you get connected with them, and what is it like working with that record label?
Black Under God Entertainment is all me. It's all my name, and it's all my label. So I'm not really signed to anybody. It's just me putting out my material and you know, people fucking with it and following it.
If you don't mind me asking, what made you decide to start your own label? Like, what's the story behind that creation?
The label, like I said, it was just I didn't know that you can do music from home or the computer and, you know, listening to Mac Dre and everybody else. I didn't know that you can just create music in your living room. So once I learned how to create, you know, I just had to make sure my story was told, because it's a real story. It's, you know, a lot of people, they fabricate how they grow up and how they live. But I had to make sure that we use the music to get the facts out.
Most definitely. I also have to ask you, your album that was released in 2004, Portrait of a Pimp, I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that album? And also, where can our listeners actually buy or stream it if you still have it available online?
That one, actually, that's somebody in the South with that has my name. That's not actually my album. My first album is The Fall of Buggy and T as Nephew. That was my actual first album that was actually ever put out solo by me.
Well, my apologies on that one. My apologies.
No, it's good. I actually has Googled the name a couple times. There's a lot of Mac Reeses out there, but I don't think there's a Mac Reese with as much material as I have and as much solidified reputation and music as I've put out. But there is a couple other Mac Reeses for sure.
And also, you had the opportunity to work with the Jacka. I have to ask, how did you and the Jacka get connected?
My big brother, Shill Mack, put me and the Jacka up at one of his shows. And, you know what I mean? It was a kind of a direct line. It wasn't no internet hook. My brother, Shill Mack, hooked me up with him. And, you know, we did the damn near the song the next day after the show. So it was a direct line. It wasn't no internet hook or nothing like that.
And especially back in those days when there was no internet, it was really hard to actually get connected. These big individuals really had to notice the underground artists, man. So that's pretty cool of your brother to get you and the Jack actually connected.
Yeah, man, that was definitely a blessing.
So I also read on Discogs that you were a part of the group, the Hitta Squad. Can you tell us a bit more about that group and how did you all get connected?
The Hitta Squad is just basically my brothers, Rich Stickum and Bless Vaughn. You know what I mean? It was our first round of trying to put something professional out, and I was like, that was our first group. But the Hitta Squad is just my brothers.
Do you guys still do music at all, or did that group disband?
Yeah, we still do music. Me and Rich Stickum just put out songs with Lavish D, Clyde Carson. We just put out a video with him, you know, me and Vaughn, and we still got music. So yeah, we're still doing music. It's not as a group, but we still all rock collectively, yes.
So I also saw that you did some amazing work with Spice One. How did you guys get connected, and what was it like working with Spice?
I got connected with Spice through C-Dub. I've never physically met Spice. It was all music and verse licks. So the C-Dub is the one who lined the Spice One features up.
Do you ever think down the road you'd actually would be willing to work in the studio with Spice One at all?
Hell yeah. I'm willing to work, definitely work with Spice One and meet him in real life for sure. But a lot of my features, a lot of them, half of them I know personally. Like I never met Beta Weeda personally, but people put us on videos and music together. You know what I mean? But I met Juice, I've met the La Rue, I met San Quinn, you know, I met the Filthy Riches, the Keek the Sneak, the Jack, the Boss. So there's only like one or two that is actually like just internet features, and that'd be just the Spice One and E40, and that was, you know what I mean.
And,
other than that, they're all personal people I know.
And also, as you mentioned earlier about your Nephew album, you also go by that name, Nephew. I have to ask you, what made you decide to actually use the word use the alternate name, Nephew?
Nephew, that's just what they call you in the streets when you're young and you're hanging out past curfew.
I figured that's what it was, but I figured, you know what, might as well throw it out there. There could be a cool story behind it. You never know, right?
Yeah, but I am, just to make it official, because like I said, there is a couple other Mac Reeses. I know there's a Mac Reese from Vallejo, and there's a couple Mac Reeses that are out of state. I'm Mac Reese from Fairfield. You know what I mean? And Mac Reese 707 is my handle. Like I said, and I got over 25 official albums. I got over 110 videos, and I've done work like literally with everybody that's in the Bay Area rap game.
And while we're on the topic of your 25 albums, because I know we don't have enough time to talk about all 25, but out of all 25 albums, which one are you the most proud of? If you could pick one of them, which one's your most precious achievement?
The one I just dropped on 2020, Boss Bread Over Sucker Shit.
And I actually have that in the question list, but since you brought it up, as you mentioned, you know, earlier this year you released the album Boss Bread. But I have to ask you, what's the inspiration behind that? Also, where can our listeners buy or stream that album? Also, do you have hard copies available for us old school guys?
Yes. The hard copies, you go to rapbay.com. You know what I mean? You can get all your hard copies through Rapbay, and it's streaming everywhere, digital stream. So it's out and it's up. So you can find it anywhere digital, but if you want physical, it's easiest just to go to rapbay.com.
And you were also part of the Winning So Long album along with Rich Stickum and Clyde Carson. Can you tell us a bit more about the story behind that album? Also, how did you get connected with Rich and Clyde?
Rich is my brother, you know what I mean? And Clyde is just a feature that we seeked out to make sure that they know that we're still putting out music, like you said, because you just asked, was I still doing music with the Hitter Squad, and Rich Stickum is the Hitter Squad, so, you know what I mean, we just still putting out music.
So I have to ask you, man, what's next for Mac Reese?
Next for Mac Reese is the book, the biography. So that's what I'm dropping next, is my book, my life story. If you, like I said, you go stream True Story, Part 1 and 2 by Mac Reese, it'll give you that book summarized in a good 10 minutes. But I got about 50,000 words so far, and it should be out next year, a physical copy to be sold and and bought. And I'm gonna try to ship it for a movie.
Other than the books, do you have any records, any concerts, anything else you would like to promote? Will we still have you here on the air?
No, the book won't have any mention of any music. It'll all just be real life and stuff that I did to survive, and there won't be any music in the book.
So this is the time, Mac, in the interview that I give the chance for the individuals that come on the show, just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, and also your social media handles. That way our listeners can give you a follow if they're not already doing so.
Yeah. Everything is Mac Reese 707.
You want to give anybody any shout-outs? We still have you here?
Yeah, I just like my whole city, you know, Fairfield. I definitely want to give a shout out to Shill Mac, Ice Mees, you know what I mean, and everybody that's putting down for Fairfield. You know, Chews Up Cheese, and everybody that's still repping the city.
That's what's up, Mac. I want to say thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live, man. Hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful night, and keep making that awesome music.
No, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the opportunity.
You're most certainly welcome, man. Have yourself an amazing night.
All right, you too.